Hi, this is Praveen. In this video, let's talk about SPFX Form Customizer extension. Recently, Microsoft introduced a SPFX version V1.1.5 July 2022. With that, they introduced a new type of extensions called Form Customizer extension. So this type of extension is used to override the default behavior of the list forms, like the new, view, and edit forms. In order to create the form customizer extension, all we have to do is type yo at Microsoft slash SharePoint and provide the solution name and select the client side component to create is extension and then use the option form customizer as a client side extensions to create. Instead of application customizer or command set or library component, we need to choose this new form customizer. So once this is done, the project will be scaffold and we'll be having a solution, basic solution. So in the solution, we'll be having a class called form customizer. Inside that form customizer class, we'll be having three methods: on init, render, and on dispose. On init method is used for initializing the properties. Render method will be used for displaying the forms and controls in the DOM. On dispose method is used for freeing up the memory resources. So in order to write a different logic for the new edit and display form, we have a property or method called this.display mode. With the help of this.display mode, we can write our own logic for new edit and display forms. If you want to write a logic for the new form, then we need to create a methods like this.createItem method where we will be passing all the values of the control to this method and we'll be creating the list item using the HTTP request. So once the HTTP request is passed and if it succeeds, then we need to call this.formSaved method to ensure that particular item is getting created in the list. In order to cancel that particular request, then we need to call this.formClose method. So for the edit form, the same thing. We need to create a method called this.updateItem where we'll be updating a particular value of a control in the form. For the view form, you can create your own logic to display the values of the list item. Next is how we can debug this list form extension. So in this list form extension, we can debug using gulp serve hyphen hyphen config equal to that name of the list form and then underscore new form is for the new form. If you want to debug the new form, then you have to type extension name underscore new form. Else, if you want to debug the edit form, you have to give underscore edit form underscore view form. These details are available in the serve.json file of the project. So once the debugging is done, we need to deploy the list form extensions to the app catalog. So once the deployment is done, the next question is how we can attach it to the SharePoint list. So we can attach the form customizers to the SharePoint list using the content types. So create the create the content types and add the columns and attach it to the list. So once you attach the content type to the list, we need to map this form customizer to this content type. So in order to do that, we can either do that via CSOM, REST API, or PowerShell. So via CSOM, so this is the sample code that we need to ask how we can associate this form customizer to the content type. So we need to get the content types from the list and we have a property called new form client side component ID, edit form client side component ID, or display form client side component ID. So we need to specify the ID of the form customizer component. It will be in the manifest.json. Take the ID from there and you need to attach it to the content type. So we need to write a CSOM code or REST API or PowerShell. This is the sample PowerShell how we can attach the component ID to the content type. So once we attach the component ID to the content type, then it's all good. Then we can go there and create our new, override our default behavior of the SharePoint list forms. Let's see the demo. I already created the content type, and I already attached the content type to the component ID in order to save time. Let's see how it works. So if I click on new over here, it will take us to the new form. See, this is the demo form that I have created uh, for this demo. Let's type something over here. Typing date of birth. And then we need to specify the email, just a sample email. Let's type the number. So if you click on save, then we need to call a method called this.form saved. So once the form is saved, we can we can write a logic like whether to hide all the controls or navigate to the list form or disable the editing capabilities of the control, etc. All the logic we can write it inside the methods. So right now, if you go to the customization list, so this entry will be created. See, this entry has been created. If you want to edit this particular item, then you need to click on edit item. So if you click on edit, the new edit form will be displayed over here. Right now, I haven't written any logic to get the particular item and display it in the form, but you can do it with the code. In order to see how it is displayed using the display form, if you double click on the particular item, the display form will be open. Right now, all the three forms I have given the same render, like same form. So in order to differentiate those things, we can modify those details in the method over here, right? So in order to write the logic for the edit form, we can use the onInit method to get the current item values and pass it to the update item. And so once the update item is done, we can save this dot form saved. So in order to write the logic for the display form, we can use the onInit method to get the current item values and pass it to the render method to pass the values of the particular item and display it in the form. This is how we can do it. Hope this hope you enjoy this video. Thank you.